Once upon a time, in the heart of the desert, there stood a city whose people learned to master gold long before anyone else in the world: Babylon. Even today, its timeless wisdom reveals the true formula of wealth. With its stone walls, markets overflowing with gold, and citizens filled with knowledge, Babylon was the richest and most magnificent civilization of its age. But what made Babylon truly wealthy was not its gold. It was its wisdom in managing money. The fundamental truth is this: money serves you only as much as you serve it. In other words, money is the most loyal servant to those who control it, but the most ruthless master to those who don't. So there are only two paths. Either your money works for you, or you become its slave. The difference lies in knowing how to manage it. The richest man in Babylon, Arkad, was once a poor and unhappy scribe. One day, he realized that the wealthy knew something he did not, and he decided to learn that wisdom. Arkad's first and most powerful lesson was: a part of all you earn is yours to keep. That means the moment you receive your income, before paying rent, bills, or expenses, pay yourself first. Set aside at least 10% of your earnings for yourself. This small portion will one day become the foundation of your future security. Wealth begins not with the amount you save, but with the habit of saving. Even if your income is small, that 10% teaches you discipline. In Babylon, this was said as, "Start thy purse to fattening." For when one purse begins to fill, other doors begin to open. Human nature has never changed. As income grows, so do expenses. But as one Babylonian sage warned, what you call necessities are often just desires. The great mistake is believing that becoming rich means earning more, when in truth, it means spending less. Arkad said, "Make thy expenses less than thy earnings." In modern terms, this is called budget discipline. True freedom doesn't come from luxury, it comes from control. Another secret of Babylon was this: every gold piece you own can be made to labor and produce offspring. Saving is good, but it is not enough. Money that is not invested will never grow. Investment doesn't mean speculation. It means placing your money into ventures that create real value. Arkad said, "Gold labors diligently and multiplies when guided by wisdom. Like seeds planted in fertile soil, if you sow wisely, you shall reap abundantly." In Babylon, they used to say, "Gold stays safe in the cautious hand, but disappears like the wind from the foolish." Quick profits always end in quick losses. Arkad warned, "Consult with those experienced in handling money before investing. Do not follow rumors, emotions, or haste when investing. To invest in something you don't understand is like pouring water onto the desert sands." In today's terms, this is financial literacy. Judge every opportunity not by its promise, but by its logic. The Babylonians held land sacred, for they believed that those who paid rent allowed others to shape their future. Arkad said, "Own thy home and enjoy the peace and security it brings." This rule is not only about owning property, it's about building a stable foundation. Today, it can mean real estate, long-term assets, or passive income. True wealth begins under a solid roof. Wealth is not only for today, it must protect your tomorrow. As a Babylonian sage said, "Gold is the faithful friend of the farsighted." Plan your savings for future needs: old age, health, education, and emergencies. Those who plan early were called wise merchants in Babylon. In modern terms, this is financial planning, choosing long-term security over short-term pleasure. The greatest wealth is knowledge, skill, and determination. Arkad's teacher said, "Gold comes and goes, but a wise man's skill will bring new gold forever." So, invest in yourself, in your skills, knowledge, and character. Even if your job or trade changes, your abilities will continue to create value and income. In today's world, this is called human capital. Invest in your mind, your health, and your reputation, for money follows wisdom, not the other way around. One day, a young man trapped in debt came to Arkad for help. Arkad gave him one of life's greatest lessons. Debt is a chain, but patience and planning can break it. Debt means spending tomorrow's money today. That's why in Babylon, paying off one's debt was a matter of honor. Dedicate a part of your income each month to repay debt and another part to savings, and in time, you will find yourself free. This principle forms the foundation of modern finance itself. Living on credit has always meant mortgaging your future. In his speech to the people of Babylon, Arkad declared, "Wealth is not a treasure. It is a way of thinking." That way of thinking can be summarized in 7 timeless rules. Save at least 10% of what you earn. Control your expenses. Make your money work for you. Invest wisely and with knowledge. Own your home. Secure your future, and constantly improve your skills and wisdom. Those who practiced these rules, slave or merchant alike, found wealth in Babylon, because true riches are built by willpower and discipline, not chance. The richest man in Babylon saw money not as a goal, but as a tool. To him, money was a servant of the wise. He said, "Gold flows into the purse of the man who knows its laws." Wealth is never built overnight. It grows through habit, patience, and discipline. Every coin saved, every wise choice made, builds walls as strong and enduring as Babylon itself. The people of Babylon were not rich because of their gold. They were rich because of their wisdom. He who understands how money works becomes the master of his own life. For money in the right hands brings freedom, but in the wrong hands, it brings inevitable bondage. If this lit a light in your mind, subscribe. History holds the answers that make things easier. I'll show you.